Ladies and gentlemen, there's something interesting brewing here. Are we to be a little bit worried, a little bit scared about this situation? All along we thought maybe Caicedo is in the bag, but a bit of a sinister move that is, culminating, and we need to be very, very aware of this. Also, we are now majority stakeholder or shareholder of Strasbourg. We've bought a club from France, so the multi-club model begins. Lots to talk about. Let's go. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get stuck into this particular news before we touch on the Strasbourg, which is a very big news as well in my perspective, buying our first club in that multi-dimensional structure that we want to create. I think we're going to start seeing quite a few players going to Strasbourg on loan, talented youngsters, obviously, and potentially we could find some gems from there as well, from Ligue, which is going to be quite exciting to see down the track. We are apparently looking to get a particular club from Portugal as well. Our board, our owners have recognized that these two leagues generally have some gems, and rightly so. In recent times, we've seen there's been a lot of top quality youngsters coming from that league. But first up, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about Declan Rice, our Arsenal Football Club, about to bottle this as well to Manchester City. I mean, this club, Arsenal Football Club, the monumental lead that they had in the Premier League last season, and the way that lead got diminished, and the way, Manchester City took care of them and took over them. I mean, that in itself is a huge bottle job and a massive slap in the face. And now, on top of that, they're potentially going to get mugged off with Declan Rice. And do you know what? This is a bit of a concern for us, because if Arsenal don't get Declan Rice, you best believe they're going to come very, very hard for Caicedo. And that's going to put us into a lot of danger, because ultimately we don't have European football and Arsenal does. Imagine if there is a universe where Arsenal don't end up getting Rice or Caicedo and they live with Kai Havertz. Now that is typical of Arsenal Football Club and bottling and the bottle job that they are. But look, on a serious note, we have come so deep into this Caicedo transfer situation. If we screw this up, much like, I suppose, the Ugarte situation, where I don't blame us, I think ultimately we made the right decision that we didn't bend over backwards on anything and everything that was, I suppose, demanded by Ugarte in terms of money. He ended up accepting, PSG's offer of double what they initially offered, and there's no reason to break our wage structure in that manner. But if we now also have the same sort of scenario where we screw up this deal, well, not really screw up, but miss out on this deal, much like the way we missed out on Ugarte, then that could be a massive. It could hamper our situation this season. The coming season that's coming up, preseason just around the corner, and I would like to see the incomings already part of the team. So look, I know in recent times I've said, look, I'm fed up with Brighton Football Club and the way they're treating us, and I'd like us to move away from Brighton. But when you come this deep on the situation, you want to make sure that you close the transaction. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the news. I honestly didn't think Manchester City was at all interested in Declan Rice, but this is now serious. David Ornstein, ladies and gentlemen, Manchester City expected to submit an offer to West Ham for Declan Rice today. This is real. They're about to submit an offer. This is not like, we have an interest in Declan Rice. This is in offer stage. Manchester City have serious interest in recruiting 24-year-old England midfielder. Plus, it is anticipated a formal bid will be lodged soon to rival Arsenal for signing. Arsenal, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't screw this up. Go and get your man. Stop dilly-dallying around. West Ham want a bidding war. you know you're going to have to pay top money for Declan Rice. Now, could this be a bit of a policy from West Ham and Man City just to push Arsenal on to get the player? Because the word in the street is that Declan Rice is neck deep with Arsenal at the moment. The negotiations well advanced over there. But then again, it doesn't take too long for someone like Man City to swoop in and get very advanced in their negotiations as well. So, look, Arsenal, go out there and pay the 100 million. I think this is what West Ham want. They want about 100 million. They've always been adamant that that's what they value this particular player. Go and get him. Go and get him. Don't screw this up. And from a Manchester City perspective as well, if they get Declan Rice, they already have Rodri. I think that would probably be the end of Calvin Phillips. What happens to Calvin Phillips? Calvin Phillips probably goes to West Ham. I think in that case, West Ham are also connected with Paulinho if Declan Rice moves. Well, Declan Rice will definitely move. I don't understand why we're not in this as well. Like if we thinking that Arsenal are going to screw up this Declan Rice deal, we should have our head into this situation as well. I don't know whether I'm thinking we should have the financial power, but I guess our issue is that we don't have European football. That's something Declan Rice wants. And I think Declan Rice is just fed up dealing with Chelsea Football Club. But I'm scared about the Caicedo situation now, man. Because as I said, if Arsenal don't get Declan Rice, I think Caicedo will choose Arsenal. Arsenal wanted Caicedo in January. I suppose it's a bit odd that all of a sudden 6 months later, Arsenal's dropped Caicedo interest and gone completely towards Declan Rice. But if they want to reignite that interest, I'm pretty sure Caicedo chooses Arsenal Football Club because of European football that they have, Champions League football that they have. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know, are you a bit worried? I'm slightly worried now. I'm slightly worried. And June is coming to an end and preseason will be just around the corner. As I said, I would have loved to seen some incomings. Obviously, very, very excited and elated by the outgoings. And there's still quite a few more to get out of the football club before preseason starts, most notably Mason Mount. But the whole, bringing some players in, very crucial for Pochettino. We need to give him a fighting chance, ladies and gentlemen. But let me know in the comment section. Are you actually now feeling a bit worried? Look, I'm only going to start getting worried when Fabrizio Romano says otherwise, because all of this time Fabrizio Romano has been saying that we are well ahead in the game for Caicedo. But I have to admit, Fabrizio has been a bit quiet over the last 24 to 48 hours in regards to Caicedo. He did say Chelsea were going to put in a bid sometime this week, and I've not heard about that bid as yet. Manchester City have decided to bid for Declan Rice after calling West Ham last Friday to be informed. Man City also checked players' side. Understand Rice is open to any move, so deal depends on clubs now. Arsenal planning to bid again since last week. Arsenal, please, don't screw this up. Don't screw this up. You're going to be a laughing stock. If you screw this up, you screwed up the title, Premier League title. You're now about to screw up Declan Rice to Manchester City. Your Manchester City's B, if you know what I mean. And if you have some shame, get this done. Absolutely get this done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up. Understand, sources feel Mason Mount deal has to be completed by the end of next week. As I said, if it's not this week, we still have end of next week before preseason starts. So I'm hopeful this will conclude by the end of next week. Manchester United will bid again, as said yesterday, but insist for quick resolution, won't keep negotiating for too long. 60 to 65 million, enough to convince Chelsea. Personal terms agreed. Look, it's well documented. Mason Mount don't want to stay around at Chelsea Football Club. We tried our best till the end to keep him. He doesn't want to sign the new deal. He's adamant he wants to leave, which has now forced us to go below the 70 million price tag that we slapped on this particular player. I think 70 million was a bit far-fetched. Look, 60 million to 65. 60, I think, will do the job. If they come in with a 55 million plus 5 million add-on, I think that gets the job done. And let's not screw around with this. The player wants to leave. We can, cash in on that 55 million or 50 million odd and use that potentially elsewhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, I fully expect this to be a here we go sometime next week. Manchester United are hoping Chelsea accept a bid for Mason Mount that comes close to 60 million. This is from Jacob Steinberg as well. Everyone's talking about that 60 million mark. So I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Perhaps a 50 million plus 5 million add-on, or maybe 55 million plus 5 million add-on, something like that. I think that gets the job done. Now, this is the exciting news, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually quite interested to watch Strasbourg next season as well. A lot of matches to watch, man. Looks like we've bought Strasbourg. At first, there were some rumors that we bought like a 40% stake or something like that. But now there's solid rumors that we've bought the entire club. So let's have a look, read of this news. Blues. There was a Fabrizio Romano. There we go. I'll put that first. Official. Blueco signed an agreement to become new shareholder of French side Strasbourg. Markella remains as president. They've put out a statement outlining all of this stuff. So do check that out and read it. So it's official. Blueco's goal, supported by Clearlake Fund, is to invest at the first team or academy level in a financially sound club with high growth potential. With these new means, Strasbourg hopes to stabilize between 4th and 8th place in Ligue 1. L'Equipe. So yeah, man, it's fantastic. As I said, there's a lot of talented youngsters in Ligue 1, man. All of these top great midfielders, French-based midfielders that tend to come out from there, and hopefully from here on in, we don't miss out on them. We try and get them nice and early, and then we'll see what we can, what sort of career path that we can design for them. So look, and similarly, some of our academy players can go out there in Liga and experience top level football in the French league, so compete against your likes of PSGs, your Monacos, your Marseilles, and all of that. So Rennes, so on and so forth. So look, I think this is a fantastic development, and want to keep an eye out for how this actually pans out. Exactly how does Chelsea invest in Strasbourg, what players they buy for them. I think it'll be very, very cool to see the transfer market for Strasbourg as well. And it'll be, as I said, which Chelsea players end up going there on a loan potentially. I don't expect any of our players to go there on a permanent basis, but to get some loan time over there, I think that'll be very, very cool to watch. President Mark Keller has reached an agreement with Blueco for the purchase of the whole of Strasbourg, though he will remain as the president. So even though we've bought Strasbourg, Mark Keller will remain as the president and run the show there. So that's perfect. We don't need to go and decimate everything over there, much like what we did here at Chelsea Football Club with the new ownership. No need to do that over there. Just get the shareholdings and let them run the way they're running. Obviously, give them the financial backing. Chelsea have purchased close to 100% stake in Strasbourg. Reports suggest the deal is worth 65 million. Wow. Kai Havertz fee. Whatever Arsenal paid us, we just paid that for Strasbourg. So yeah, it's a decent investment. It's a decent investment. 65 million to buy Strasbourg. That is quite sensational, to be honest. Why not, man? Why not? Why not be able to do that? I find that quite amazing, man, how a player like Kai Havertz is worth more than the entire football club Strasbourg, who were a Liga club. Like, they're not some, I suppose they're still before us now buying them over. Before we took them over, obviously they were probably be deemed as a Mickey Mouse club, but no more Mickey Mouse club, man. You're owned by Chelsea now. You're not a Mickey Mouse anymore. So yeah, quite amazing. Chelsea sources are now saying the deal for Strasbourg is closer to 100% takeover, which is fantastic news. And ladies and gentlemen, yeah, let me know exactly how you feel about Strasbourg. I'm quite excited. As I said, I want to see what players go there, and I really want to do some watch-alongs for Strasbourg next season. I think it'll be cool to watch. Last but not least, Chelsea's new owners have provided detailed information to Premier League, who are satisfied there is no conflict of interest between PIF and Chelsea ownership group. I can't believe it's come to this particular situation because of people like Gary Neville. And I think I've recently heard Jamie Carragher talk about some of these things as well, but specifically Gary Neville. I knew when idiots like Gary Neville open their mouth and they talk a lot of crap, people like to listen to crap. They want to dig deep into crap. And this is exactly what's happened, that it's come to this scenario. But I'm glad that we've come out clean. It was always clean. as I said, Saudis are doing madness on everyone, not just Chelsea. It's coincidental that we have a lot of players. I've even recently tweeted something out and I've thrown in Ruben Loftus-Cheek's name. Ruben Loftus-Cheek should be thinking about Saudi Arabia. We should be linking him to Saudi Arabia. If we can't get him a deal in Serie A, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a particular player who's been marred with injuries over his career. Now he's coming to about 27 years old or something like that. Make some money, man. Make some money before your footballing career finishes off and absolutely clean up in the Saudi league. You're going to get top level money. And someone of his stature, his physical nature, would be a fantastic addition to the Saudi league, in my opinion. So, I don't know what Gary Neville's talking about. Saudis are literally going everywhere. Literally everywhere. They're buying players from all over Europe because they want to grow their league. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are about everything we spoke about, more specifically in regards to this news for Declan Rice and the whole Caicedo, Declan Rice to Man City, Arsenal getting Caicedo, then we're pretty much left with nothing. So let me know how you feel about that. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time. See ya.